tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Look at this story about television from the Washington Post. That's a newspaper, isn't it? I imagine it also has a website. You didn't see the actual paper, did you, Gary? No. Is anybody reading newspapers anymore? Anybody? I mean, is there anybody reading newspapers?
Yes, there is. I can't believe you, Tom. You're so well informed. I can't believe you say all these bad things about newspapers. I read a paper every day. Every day. The Washington Post is an institution. You shouldn't be saying things about the Washington Post.
Anyway, that's from the Washington Post. After a botched season of singing gamblers, vampire detectives, and kid nations, said CBS, from #1 to #2 among viewers for the first time in 6 seasons. The network is heading back to safer ground, adding 2 procedural crime dramas. What is a procedural crime drama? Does that mean like CSI or Cold Case or Without a Trace or CSI Miami or CSI New York? And 2 male-centric comedies to its fall primetime slate. 3 of CBS's 5 new series are revamps of overseas shows, part of a growing trend by networks to go with shows that have succeeded in other markets, and for which, in most cases, there is already a multi-season template. Also, according to this columnist from the Washington Post named Lisa Desmarais, or is that Desmarais? I don't know. Yes, she says strong women are in this year. Really? Yes. CBS programming chief Nina Tassler, that's what she said to reporters and TV critics on Wednesday at CBS's traditional convivial upfront day morning meeting schmooze at BlackRock, hosted by CBS CEO Les Moonves, who is still the best press wrangler the TV biz has seen since the late Brandon Tartikoff way back in the glory days of NBC. Tassler said, and by the way, I've said this to you before, but now you're getting it from the programmer of a television network. I've said this to you before. Nina Tassler. Women drive network television. Women watch our procedurals and comedies, and we wanted to build on that, and we've added more female faces to the network. During development season, she noted, CBS execs asked TV writers if some of the male characters they'd written in new series could be rewritten as women. Oh, Jesus. What have I told you? Next year, there'll be an article in Variety, and it will say Variety or The Hollywood Reporter or some other trade paper, advertising age, ad week. There'll be articles saying, another decline in men 18 to 34. Where have they all gone? Why don't they watch network television? We can't figure out where they've gone. Yeah. That article comes out every year, and then, of course, now you see why. The piece continues, all of which we thought meant CBS would try to emulate the success the basic cable networks have enjoyed of late, with dramas built around strong, deeply flawed female characters. And mostly over-the-hill female actresses, I might add. Glenn Close in Damages, Kira Sedgwick in The Closer, Holly Hunter in Saving Grace, blah, blah, blah. By the way, how outrageous is this? How many of you have watched the NBA playoffs on ABC? And then it's like, hi, and like as they go to the commercials, hi, this is Brooke Shields from Lipstick Jungle, and you're watching the NBA playoffs. Like, how many people watching the NBA playoffs are actually going to watch Lipstick Jungle or Desperate Housewives? Just because somebody likes watching Tony Parker doesn't mean they like watching Eva Longoria, okay? But, you know, it becomes really apparent that every show on ABC is the Vagina Fest. I mean, ABC is the Vagina Network. Yes. ABC, you know what that stands for? It's not always be closing. It's always be something else. When they do promos saying, see you next Tuesday, you pretty much know where they're coming from. This is ABC. Oh, baby. It says here, until we have combed through the new CBS lineup and realized the only new series starring a woman is a one-hour show about a chick frantically looking for a husband among all her male dates and lovers, present and past, after being told by a fortune teller she had to get married in a year or she would never marry the horror, and that she's already dated her future husband. It's called the X List. Now, to be honest, not only is that a chick show, but think about that concept for a second. What kind of a slut are we dealing with here as the main character? I mean, think about it. Either she's a real slut or what's the series going to run? 10 episodes? 12 episodes? How many exes is she going to have to go through to find the guy that the fortune teller said would be her husband? I was thinking about this the other day. What if the show runs 10 years? What if it's so popular it just keeps going? You know how network television is. We're not like Israel or England or Colombia. We don't have shows that run 6 episodes or 12 episodes. We milk it till it's dry. So here's the plot of the show. A woman goes to a fortune teller, and she's told by the fortune teller that you've already met your future husband. And so the plot is every week she goes back and visits another one of her exes to figure out if he's the one. What if the show lasts 10 years? She will have gone back and visited 220 different guys. How many guys boned her? Of course, if it's a lousy concept, she may only visit 2 or 3 ex-boyfriends before she figures it out. Yes, the show follows Ghost Whisperer, in which Jennifer Love Hewitt sees dead people. You know any guys who watch Ghost Whisperer? No. The new show stars Elizabeth Reeser, the chick who lost her face but gained a Dr. Lover on Grey's Anatomy. All these shows are for chicks. I don't know who any of these people are. I don't know what any of these plots are. I don't even know the names of all these shows, frankly. I'm being honest. Jeez. The Unit is adding a female character. Now, with a title like that, why would you need any females on it at all? This, according to, this is Nina Tassler, the programmer of the CBS television network. Plus, the women are moving off the base. Again, The Unit. Have you seen that show, guys? No. You know, I don't know. Is it me? Is it just me? I mean, I find myself, honestly, looking more and more at the Internet and less at TV. And when I watch TV, I almost never watch shows when they're on, unless they're sports. You know, I watch the shows that could be up to a month later. I don't watch them when they're on. Now, I'm not telling you what to do, and as you know, the company I work for happens to own a television network, and I'm sure they wouldn't want me coming out here and telling you, start watching YouTube and stop watching CBS. So I won't say that. And frankly, I don't care what you do. All I'm telling you is what I do. And what I do is the cat in the washing machine is generally on every night at my house. Or some of those Bill O'Reilly videos that you can find on our MySpace page, myspace.com/Tom Leykis. By the way, we have a new Bill O'Reilly video today on our website there. You've got to check it out. It's on our MySpace page, actually. It's myspace.com/Tom Leykis. That's the TV I'm watching.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
No one's actually taken out Bill O'Reilly style yet. Yeah, we keep waiting. I mean, we thought for sure people would jump on that. But if you go to our MySpace, you will see the newest Bill O'Reilly video, which is based on the one you've seen already. And this one is they're calling it like a dance remix. You've got to see it. Just go to myspace.com/Tom Leykis. Now, we talked about newspapers not long ago. And again, you know, here we are now. Newspapers, television. I mean, CBS today bought CNET for $2 billion. By the way, CNET, now there's a website I look at. And a website with a lot of content for guys. I'm very excited about that. If we have any synergy at all with that, we'll be very excited over here. Because I use CNET every time I buy a computer or a printer or buy a plasma screen. They get all these reviews on there. It's fantastic, and I've been using it for years, so I'm thrilled about this. But the shows about ghost whisperers and chicks going to meet fortune tellers and then going for their ex-boyfriends, I don't know. Why don't guys watch network TV anymore? Why have guys stopped watching? And they do try to infiltrate the sports programming as well. You're watching the NBA playoffs. They have to have chicks there on the sidelines. They have to have chicks in the promos for Lipstick Jungle. Same thing with football on TV. Chicks on the sidelines, many of whom don't know anything about football, but you got to put chicks in it. There have to be chicks in there somewhere. You can't just have guys. You know, the guys would not be the least bit troubled if it was just guys who knew about football or knew about basketball. The network insists they've got to have women on there. Can any of these men be rewritten as women? That's essentially what they do on sports and everything else. You know, I mean, if you have a Girls Gone Wild channel, I think guys would watch that. But anyway, that's the latest now. There's going to be even more female faces on CBS next fall. And it just goes on and on and on. The story, I could sit and read the story to you all day, but, you know, come on. Is it any wonder, think about it now, is it any wonder that young men have found other things to do other than watch network TV? I mean, I feel gay just reading the descriptions of what's on network TV, and the worst offender is ABC. ABC. Is there any show for guys on ABC besides the NBA playoffs? I mean anything. They don't even have Monday Night Football anymore. It's nothing but chick shows. Desperate Housewives and Brothers and Sisters and Lipstick Jungle and other lesser-known shows I can't even name. Even Lost is largely a chick show, let's face it. What are the other shows on ABC? Anybody know? No. But is it any wonder the young men don't watch TV anymore? Or maybe I'm wrong.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
Better to have chicks who live a little bit of distance from you, don't have time to see you.
She's got 3 more years to finish her PhD, so.
Then you seem, by the way, you seem so accommodating. Honey, you've got that PhD to study for. You take all the time you need working on that. I understand. And when you get all that free time, you bang on the chicks. That's what you do.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Stephanie on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Great.
Excellent. My question is, well, actually, it's not a question. It's a statement. It seems a little bit hypocritical for you to complain about the shows being catering towards women when the women are the ones that are buying everything.
Well, that's not even true, and we know that because we have a thriving business here that appeals to men.
Right.
With blue-chip advertisers. Also, wait, we're not done.
Sorry.
If women are the only ones who buy things, why is there so much sports on TV?
I don't think they're the only ones that are buying things. But
if women are buying everything, why are there so much sports on TV?
I don't have an answer for that.
I mean, is there any sport that's not on TV?
Women's sports?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Why are there so many sports on TV? The answer is because television thinks the only thing men are interested in is sports.
Well, they obviously believe that they have some sort of an audience of women that are needing to buy things for their household or whatever it is that they're selling.
Well, I know what they think, but they're all going after women, and I think that's crazy.
Well, don't they do? I would think that they would do studies in order to prove that they're making money and not just throwing
well,
down the toilet.
I hate to bite the hand that feeds me. No, I love doing it. If they knew so much about that, if their research was so good, why does network TV, all the networks, why do they lose viewers every year?
Very good question.
I mean, if television had record high audiences, I would believe you. But It doesn't. It has the lowest audience it's ever had.
But look at the quality of television. I don't think it has to do with, well, maybe it does have to do with who it's catering to. But, if you turn on some of these shows, they're ridiculous and they're not very good quality.
Well, I don't know whether they're good quality or not. I'm a guy, and I have very little interest in watching a show like Lipstick Jungle.
What would you like to see?
I'd like to see shows that have some relevance to guys.
So, I mean, could you give me an example of, like, a show that you would watch? Like a show about men?
I do watch 2.5 Men, which is one of the few shows on TV that a man might enjoy looking at.
Right.
That isn't about sports. It's an edgy show. It frequently it goes way beyond the double entendre. This show is pretty explicit, in my view, and I like it.
Well, it sounds like I would like it. I wish that they would expand the different types of shows that they're doing on TV, because right now they're kind of boring.
Yeah. I also like this show Big Bang Theory I've been watching, which is produced by the same producer of 2.5 Men. Another very funny show. And largely, I think it would be of interest to guys.
What about The Wire?
The Wire is not on network TV. It's on cable.
Oh, I watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, we're talking about cable. Right? I'm talking about network TV right now. And network TV, each network is trying to get more vaginas tuned in than the others. It's all about getting the maximum number of vaginas watching their network. I mean, come on, American Idol? What straight man? Seriously. Any straight men out there who watch American Idol?
Probably not. I just find it hard to believe that they wouldn't know. They wouldn't have statistics on who's spending.
Besides the disc jockeys whose program director puts a gun to their head and says, "You got to know what the audience pays attention to. They're watching American Idol. You got to watch it. You got to talk about it. If you don't know who David Archuleta is, you're fired."
I don't know. I feel like their businesses have to be run a little more tightly than that.
Trust me when I tell you, okay? I've been in this business my whole life, and that's only a slight exaggeration of the way it works.
Wow. Well, that's all I had to say. I don't really know. I'm not in that business, and I'm not in your business, so I don't know. But that was the only.
Well, the numbers have said, and there have been articles. If you go back in the archives of the trade magazines in the entertainment business, there has to be at least one article like this every year, and there was one a couple of years ago in the New York Times as well, specifically talking about the decline in men 18 to 34 watching television. Yeah, and the networks are clueless. They're like, we can't figure out where those men, they just simply disappeared. It's like they've checked out, and they start blaming the ratings, they start blaming the rating company, and they start blaming the methodology used to measure the audience. But anybody who talks to men 18 to 34 knows where they've gone. They've gone to the Internet. They're on Facebook, MySpace, YouTube. They're watching videos all over the place. That Dig.com, that's where they are.
Well, I'm right there with them. I have to agree.
Even you watch The Wire. You get your network TV from, it's a cable network, and you get that from Netflix after it's already been on TV. It's on HBO, isn't it, The Wire? I think so.
I think so. There's almost nothing on network television that's worth watching, in my opinion.
Well, everybody says that, but then when you dig a little deeper, everybody watches something.
There's a couple.
I mean, look, I just named a couple of shows I watch. I watch The Office, which I enjoy very much.
I love 30 Rock.
I think 30 Rock is a good show and well done. Although produced by a chick, it is a funny show.
She's a funny chick?
Yeah, and, if only for work purposes, I watch Jay Leno and David Letterman to some extent every night. So that's a lot of TV right there.
Okay.
But, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you I don't watch TV. I've got 7 DVRs at home. Believe me, I watch TV. I do. But less and less am I watching, for example, ABC. Unless the NBA is on ABC, I don't watch ABC at all. At all. At all. Not even once a week.
Almost every show on ABC is geared towards women. Except Lost. And even Lost, like you say, starting to sort of slide over there.
Yeah, it's one chick show after another. And it's like, there's no reason for guys to tune into ABC except when the NBA is on.
I don't know what to tell you. I just think the overall quality, like I said, of television in general has really dropped. And the lowest common denominator is watching the lowest quality of the shows. And I don't know. Hopefully if that changes, maybe the whole thing will change.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. We're talking about network TV. Are young guys watching it? I mean ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox. Are young guys watching it? I don't think so.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom. 1-800-5800-866.
Back in high school, you've been out with your girlfriend. First day I heard you, dumped the bitch the next day.
I love that.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
From inside the belly of the beast, Hollywood, California, it's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. I think the new Bill O'Reilly video we have on our MySpace is funnier than anything on TV tonight. Well, it's the final episode of The Office. We haven't seen that yet. That might be even funnier. I don't know, but this Bill O'Reilly video is pretty funny, and you can see it by going to myspace.com/TOMLEYKIS. That's myspace.com/TOMLEYKIS. myspace.com/Tom Leykis. Go take a look and see the Bill O'Reilly video. It's great stuff. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Tony on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Thanks for taking my call, Tom. Tom, I'm just wondering, why would you make a dumb statement like, why would any straight or straight man be watching American?
Well, yes, I would like to know the answer to that. Are you going to tell me?
Well, why? Why would you make a statement then?
Because I can't imagine it having any appeal for straight males.
Really? Just like that?
Just like that.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
Well, you haven't answered my question, Tony. Why don't you enlighten us as to how a straight man like yourself likes to watch a show that is essentially produced for screaming, giggling teenage girls. Tell us what you find interesting about it.
Just the music itself. The interesting
The music itself.
Like
you mean when they go on and they do warmed-over cover versions of Barry Manilow songs? You're telling me that that is appealing to you?
Why not? I mean, that sounds good. It's cool.
Can't you see that at your local karaoke bar or, any lounge at a Holiday Inn where they have lounges or any Hyatt?
Yeah, that's true, too.
So tell me, does it really, what is your interest in seeing this on television? I don't get it.
There's some hot chicks on there sometimes singing.
Really? Yeah. There's some fat chicks on there singing. Who are the hot chicks?
The chick, I don't know by name or anything like that. I just watch the program, Tom. That's it.
Well, A lot of fat chicks. And most of the chicks who make it to the last rounds appear to be enormous.
True. Enormous.
Yeah, so really, hot chicks. Come on. Maybe you ought to check out your own latent homosexuality. 1-800-5800-TOM. He sure taught me a lesson. You're right, Dean. He showed me. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Alan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Thanks for taking my call, man. I listen to you a lot. I love it when you eat people up like you just did. It's comedy.
Why, thank you.
All right, well, I'm calling just because of the same thing, the American Idol, man. Was this Super Bowl, the whole 4 hours before the Super Bowl, should have been the prequel to the Super Bowl. Should have been all the highlights and everything that got the two teams there. And what was it? It was a red carpet full of American Idol.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, yikes.
It was horrible.
Now, I can understand if you're a gay male and you like seeing fat women dressing up on television. I can understand you might have an interest in this.
Right.
Or when they sing, George Michael tunes or whatever. I can understand that.
Right.
Teenage girls, I understand the appeal of it. But why would a straight male want to watch that show?
I wait all year for football season to come around. I wait all season for the biggest game of the year to come around. I throw a Super Bowl party every year for my buddies, my family, and friends, and we got to watch American Idol for 4 hours while I'm barbecuing. It was disgusting.
Yikes.
It was rough, Tom.
Hate it.
Yep. Well, thanks for taking my call, man. You tell all them people out there, you tell everybody how it is, and it is just out of hand. It is out of hand what they do with sports these days. You were right, through the whole NBA playoffs so far, you got women walking in through the middle of the game saying you're watching the NBA playoffs. Don't forget to watch the closer.
Right. Well, yeah, on TNT, same thing. That's right.
Right, yeah.
I mean, come on. At least TNT has some shows for guys, okay, but ABC, we don't need to see Brooke Shields and Eva Longoria during the game. Sorry.
And then I can't remember who it was that was doing commentary on this past Super Bowl, and they just ate Ryan Seacrest up, which was comedy because there was no reason he should have been anywhere near football. They even told him, I think the joke was, they said, Ryan, we didn't think we'd ever see you at Super Bowl unless you were in a cheerleader outfit. Which was comedy. And then finally when they got to football, I forget who made the comment, and they just went, and finally football. After all of that, after 4 hours of Paul Abdul and that other guy on the show, they did a whole, they sang a song and did a whole thing, but it was pre-recorded. They couldn't even do it live.
Right.
They couldn't even do it live. And then they said, finally football, after all that. Great game, but Christ.
Well, you won't see that this year because the Super Bowl's on NBC this year.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Get to listen to Al Michaels and John Madden talk serious football.
That's right.
Instead of everybody else talking about who won American Idol and when their next album drops.
As soon as the next baby drops, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right, man, I won't take no more of your time, Tom. Will you blow me up?
I'll blow you up, baby. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Let's say hello to Mike of the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom, how are you?
Doing okay.
Good, glad to hear. I wanted to tell you, I'm pretty sure you've noticed, but even watching the news on the network channels has become like watching TMZ or any of those entertainment tabloid shows.
That's absolutely true. We've talked about that in the past, too. They can't get chicks to watch the news because we all know chicks don't care about the real news, like what's going on in the government or the war or stuff like that. So more and more, the news, it looks like the news, and it has an anchor desk. And it says news on it. But all in all, what you're watching is the latest weight loss technique.
And you know what? A lot of TV journalists nowadays are starting to agree. One of them I found out was John Beard, the guy who used to anchor the Fox 11 News at 10.
Yeah.
If you go to his website, he'll tell you why he's not on Fox 11 News anymore. And what he says on there is that he brought up the whole thing, complaining that the news is turning too entertainment-oriented.
Well, yeah, John Beard never, ever said any of that in all the years he was being paid by Channel 11. That's kind of specious. You know, if John Beard had something like that to say, he should have said it when he was anchoring the news on Channel 11.
Yeah, I think so, too.
The main reason John Beard is not on Channel 11 anymore is because Channel 11 had a chance to hire Carlos Amezcua away from KTLA right as when Hal Fishman died, and they were about to offer Carlos Amezcua apparently the anchor chair on Channel 5, and so they hired him away. That's it. But John Beard beat Hal Fishman in the news here in L.A. for years.
Yeah, I think John Beard had been there since like the early 90s or so.
Right.
But
for John Beard now, with all his free time, sitting home, writing his blog or whatever he's doing, to sit home and make that comment, John had no problem with it all the years he was being paid.
You know, you could have a point there. The thing is, though, it doesn't matter who's anchoring the news these days. It's really like watching TMZ.
Well, it is. It's all like TMZ. It's like TMZ or Entertainment Tonight. The news looks like that now. It absolutely does. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Brent on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Dad.
Hi, son.
How are you?
Great.
Excellent. I couldn't agree with you more. I think ABC should now be PMS. It's horrible. I'll tell you where I went, and most of my friends my age went, is we went to video games. It's got sports and blowing stuff up. What else do you want?
Yep, absolutely. Grand Theft Auto is the #1 TV show among young guys.
That's it. I'm telling you what, it's terrible. You can't even watch sports anymore. You got to go online now because you just get bombarded with that stuff.
Yeah, I know. Always got to get the chicks in. By the way, you can see the difference when you watch network coverage of games and local coverage of games. I have, the DirecTV baseball package, football package, hockey package, basketball package. And when you watch local broadcasts of games, they rarely have chicks in the actual game coverage. It's rare.
Yeah,
but the minute it goes to network TV, it's like, well, we can't preempt all the vagina programming without having a vagina on during the hours that it's going to be preempted. We got to get some vagina in there.
Yep.
Because otherwise, that'll be, 3 whole hours without a woman on TV. We can't have that.
Nope, because then the girls might run away.
But if you watch sports on the various Fox Sports Net channels around the country, there's very rarely a chick in the actual game itself.
I agree. Well, thank you for taking my call. Can you take me out with the helicopter crash?
Oh, that is tasteless.
This may be the end of this thing.
Well, he's taking off running.
Okay, now it's a foot chase.
Okay, now he's jumped into another vehicle.
Okay.
All right, they're closing in. Looks like they've...
Oh,
We're going to pull out. We don't know what has just happened right there.
Ouch. That hurts. All right, our email address is my name. It's Tom@blowmeuptom.com. Tom@blowmeuptom.com. Send us an email. Love to hear from you. Visit our website here, our show streaming live. It's blowmeuptom.com for that. And don't forget the Bill O'Reilly Fiesta on the MySpace page, myspace.com/Tom Leykis.
The Tom Leykis Show.